Sunday Night Football, Steelers versus Cowboys. You got two of the NFL's biggest brands squaring off, and both of these teams right now are really depleted when it comes to their talent up front. The Dallas Cowboys, they got a lot of injuries on their defensive line. You're down DeMarcus Lawrence and Michael Parsons. The Steelers are down several starters on the offensive line, but this game favors the Steelers for several reasons. For one, Justin Fields is coming off the best performance that he's had so far, and he's playing some of the best football of his career high in completion percentage, and also he's taking care of the football, although he had a couple of fumbles against the Indianapolis Colts last week due to some botched snaps. But with how well Justin Fields played in the fourth quarter of that game against Indy, I know that the comeback fell short, but he erupted for 3 touchdowns in the fourth. And he has accounted for every single one of the Steelers' touchdowns this year. And this is a game where I could see him exploding once again against a Dallas defense that has struggled against the run. They're banged up with injuries. The Steelers are a team that offensively, they haven't really done much. But when you're going up against a defense that has the amount of injuries that the Cowboys do, Justin Fields' running ability could be a big advantage for Pittsburgh getting the win. And the thing that kind of irritates me the most about the Steelers' offense this year has been that they don't trust Justin Fields that much. Last week against Indianapolis, they had no choice but to trust him because they were down so much, and you saw how well he played. And Arthur Smith, the Steelers' offensive coordinator, he needs to open up the playbook more and rely more on Justin Fields' athletic ability, because he is a quarterback that is so dynamic with the ball that you can scheme your run game around him. And we haven't really seen Arthur Smith call a lot of design quarterback runs, read options. We need to see more of Justin Fields running the football on design quarterback runs to take advantage of a Dallas Cowboys defense that has struggled against the run all season long. You saw what the Ravens did when Lamar and Derrick Henry came into town a few weeks ago. I can see the Steelers having a similar performance offensively if they can just open up the damn playbook for Justin Fields. And defensively for the Steelers, last week was the worst game that you're probably going to play all season long on that side of the football. You gave up 27 points to a Colts offense that got led for most of that game by old man Joe Flacco. I can't see them repeating that same performance against Dallas, because Dallas is a pass-heavy team. They're one-dimensional offensively. They are one of the worst teams in the NFL when it comes to running the football. They got 3 running backs that they like to rotate in and out of the game. And this votes well for a Steelers defense that is heavily dependent on their pass rush. That's the strength of this unit. When they can pin their ears back and really just focus on getting after the QB, that's when this defense plays their best football. They struggled against the run last week. Jonathan Taylor broke off a couple of big runs, but I don't expect to see the run game being effective that much for Dallas against the Steelers defense that is really stout up front. And we know that Dallas, with how good they are throwing the football, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, you're going to need to get a big game out of this Steelers pass rush, which I expect to see Cam Hayward, TJ Watt making their presence felt. And I didn't really hear TJ Watt's name called that much against Indianapolis. That's something that's very uncommon when you watch the Steelers play. And normally when TJ Watt ends up having a quiet game, it isn't really voting well for the Steelers. So you need TJ Watt to have a major impact. Cam Hayward as well. This is a pass rush that's more than capable of being able to make life difficult for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys' offensive line, it hasn't been good, but it hasn't been terrible neither. It's been pretty average. And they've kind of been a little bit down in comparison to previous years, because when you think of the Cowboys, you always think of a team that always has very good offensive line play. So I love the Steelers to win this game for the fact that you got a run defense in Dallas that's struggling, and you got a quarterback in Justin Fields that could really take over this game with his rushing ability. He also has shown the ability to be a more than capable passer. He has a career-high 70% completion percentage. And he has a really good relationship with George Pickens. They've connected on a lot of plays downfield. So if you can get Justin Fields going, you use his legs as part of that run game, the Steelers offense could really explode this game. So I like the Pittsburgh Steelers to win. 24-17 is my final score prediction.